time, ghoulies. The premiere of Mortuary Girls at the Bra Stop. Probably 650 to 700 people there. I really got to thank everyone that came. You really turned out for the big Kenosha Hollywood premiere. It was big time. There was popcorn, lots of celebrities. Now we're going to have to do some spot editing, let's say, on the footage that we got of that night. We've got, well, some very lengthy footage by Mark himself talking about his movie, but I think we kind of covered that last week. So we got to go get to some of the other actresses that were in the film and give them equal time as you would have it on Crimson Theater. And it was a very good turnout. A lot of Kenosha dignitaries were there for the big turnout of this, and WLIP's own Pat Hagerwald at the new AM 1050 showed up. Very cool. They gave us a lot of good press on it, actually. Very nice of them, by the way. And they even played my Mortuary Girls song on AM radio. It must have been some kind of first. I don't know. But they played the song on the radio. They've been talking about it all week. And it is rumored that Pat Hagerwald is going to be a guest here soon on Crimson Theater. A lot of people have been making promises about that they're going to come on the show one way or another. But, of course, we don't count on things like that. But we'll see. You never know what can happen on Crimson Theater. And, well, I'm just a little bit, I'm a little worn out from the big Hollywood premiere, I got to admit. The party itself was, quite festive, as I knew it would be, so I had to provide transportation for myself. Well, I should say Bradley Motors were kind enough to lend me that big stretch Hummer limousine. It felt like I was going down the street in a yacht. I'll tell you what, that was big time. And some of the people were quite confused or surprised when they seen the doctor walk out of that thing. We won't even, well, I don't know. You know what? You're supposed to have a good time at a premiere, Now, the only downfall is that Paris Hilton wasn't available to, she couldn't come with the doctor. She's in her own trouble for drinking and driving, which you ought to learn by now. Just remember that. A ride in a limousine is a lot cheaper than a DUI, I think. Something like that. Go in style if you want to go, Everybody's got to go somewhere sometime and have a good time at a premiere. And the doctor, I don't care. Whatever. All right. No big deal. Now, the after party, of course, at the director's house, Mark Gumbinger, that was probably a little bit more than was needed, but that was a great time too, and his hospitality was unending, He really knows how to have a good time, that guy. And, well, the thing about it was that it was getting a little bit late, and I'd noticed that somebody had stepped on my tongue, so immediately that snapped me back to alertness. And then, well, when I seen Mark dancing on his bar to the Mortuary's theme song music in his black bikini briefs, I figured it was time to go. That was it. So we got out of there. Yeah. Never mind. I slipped there, but this is live television. So, oh well, we got to live with it, don't we? Anyway, ghoulies, I had the great opportunity, though, to hook up with Kenosha's own Crystal Lees, who has some of the funniest lines in the film, as well as, we can't tell you, let the cat out of the bag exactly on what happened there. But you got that beautiful Crystal Lees footage ready to roll back there? I think they do. So momentarily, you should get right into it.
Ghoulies, we finally came to the end of the premiere of Mortuary Girls, and we have the one and only Crystal Lees, who is in the movie. What do you think about tonight? Do you have a good time?
I had an excellent time.
I had a great time too, and I think the audience had a lot of laughs, and I think they were overall entertained.
Oh, completely.
And well, you had some of the best laughs in the movie. I don't really want to give it away, but so now what? Are you ready for your next horror melodrama?
Oh yeah, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Somebody called me yesterday about it.
Oh, wasn't there a Japanese director?
Yes.
And they saw that video.
No, just kidding.
Chow Mai Wang and Hu Fang Fu.
I think we'd all be pretty excited if something else came out of this, but as far as tonight went, I think it was way better than I expected.
I think it was a good time. I think we had some great laughs, and I think the audience was very receptive to what was going on.
I think how it was portrayed in articles and, like in the happenings, the newspaper. it seemed more serious, but I think everybody got the dry humor that was hidden in it.
Yeah,
It went
well,
over
you
pretty
know,
well.
Kenosha would be a good audience for dry humor. They're
Right. It was.
they have a very jaded perspective.
Oh,
anyway.
totally. Totally. I think it was on the lines of a cheesy 80s horror flick, but I don't know.
No, I think it went a little bit further than that. I think it was
Right.
it was good. It was
It
big
was
time.
good. It was good.
As a good close friend would say to me, it was big time. But you know, I thought you had some of the best laughs in the movie, and definitely was a good time. And you were actually fortunate enough to be in the Rock video.
Oh, completely. I mean, that was a little more embarrassing than anything, but
Yeah, I feel the same way. No one understands those cold shots.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't.
a little
it doesn't green the
apprehensive
camera.
about having him play the music video here tonight, but
Well, it seemed
went
like
a lot
it
better
went over
than-
well. Yeah.
I think I was being a little more picky than anything.
Well,
Everybody
whenever
else
you know
enjoyed it.
we're in something, we're a lot more self-conscious about it.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, even though the old doctor's been on so many episodes of television, it's hard to be self-conscious about
Yeah.
anything anymore. But I can understand your reservations.
Oh yeah, you just notice all those little things. But as far as tonight goes, well turnout.
Yeah, it was
Way
good.
more people than I expected.
Uh huh.
Way more people.
I
I was
know.
really happy to see that there was some canned goods that were donated to tonight. I
Right,
didn't expect
right.
that at all.
No, it went over great, and well, we hope you can come back to Crimson Theater again soon.
I will be there next Friday.
Next Friday, not
Yes,
this Friday.
Not this Friday.
All right,
Next
well,
Friday.
you heard it here first, ghoulies.
I promise, and you have my word.
Uh-huh. Well, only good things could come of this.
The premiere to do your interviews. But, you know, the limo split on me. I don't know what was going on with that, but good time there for all ghoulies. And, well, Crystal has promised that she's going to come back on the show again sometime soon. Anyway, we got to get right into tonight's horrifying feature from the vaults of the Pierrot Crypt. We've got the incredible two-headed transplant. And, well, I don't know. This one's just going to be out of control over here. It's from the depths of the Pierrot archives. I have no idea whatsoever what's going to happen here. Supposedly, Pat Priest from the Munsters and Bruce Dern are in this picture, and I just don't even know what to say. Anyway, ghoulies, you got to get right into it now. That's right, the incredible two-headed transplant. Where I don't have, and you're watching Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater, and I don't have the foggiest notion what you're in for. So. Well, looks like there's some kind of trouble brewing already in this one. By the way, I failed to mention that Casey Kasem is in this movie, as well as that big giant dude with the red shirt is John Bloom, who, as you should know now from Crimson Theater notoriety, he was the famous Marshmallow Frankenstein from Dracula vs. Frankenstein. I think we've probably shown that movie more than any other here on Crimson Theater. It's one of the doctor's personal favorites, and I myself have never seen John Bloom without his makeup on. Put it back on, quick. Terrible conditions here. And we are sorting through the Mortuary Girls premiere footage as I speak. It's being worked out in the control room back there. So we'll try to throw you in some extra tidbits, probably though at the end of the show. And we know we've got enough time, depending on how long old Windbag here can keep talking. I do want to remind you though, the Doc's making a very special acoustic performance appearance at K-Town Music on the 26th of May, a Saturday at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Bring a canned good for the Salvation Army on that day, and we're gonna have a real good time with that. And this movie looks like it's a real good time. You've gotta credit Ralph Kenosha's own Ralph Pierrot for keeping an archive of forgotten films like this one, the incredible two-headed transplant. And these doctors are hard at work, knowing full well that two heads are better than one. I don't know, unless it was a female with two heads. Can you imagine the bickering? Terrible conditions. I see. I'm already getting the feminist repercussions from that one. I don't know. Well, all right. I will retract that statement on 2010 at 4 in the afternoon, and that settles that. Anyway, ghoulies, I better just shut up while I'm ahead here. You get right back into it. That's right, the incredible two-headed transplant on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. Oh boy. Oh, there you go. Someone that recognizes an opportunity when it comes along. I think now that being that this movie was made back in 1971, that might be the same gentleman who came up with the opportunity of blocking off all the streets downtown and making that mall down there, huh? Could have been the same guy. He saw an opportunity too. Probably lined his own pockets or something. But I was down in Mississippi. No, it wasn't Mississippi. It was Tennessee. That's right. It was one of Dr. Destruction's southern tours. In any case, someone had in Tennessee in this downtown, their bright idea is that they were going to put sidewalks on the second story of all the buildings in their downtown and then have storefronts up on the top of that catwalk or whatever they put around the whole downtown, and no one opened up any stores. So you had these second story sidewalks leading to nowhere. So, I guess everybody was struggling with their downtown crises at one point or another back in the 70s, just like struggling actors and directors were struggling with horror movies to try to get established. They probably made their money back on this one, I'm sure. Pretty entertaining stuff here, Casey Kasem, and now we're finally getting down to the nitty-gritty of the Two-Headed Transplant, which is about to take us over. I guess there was a double-headed double feature. This movie actually played with the thing with two heads. Go figure, right? It was a two-headed adventure that right here at the old Roosevelt Theater in Kenosha, and I'm sure it played at numerous theaters in the other cities. Why? We don't know. Well, we know why we're showing it, don't we? Anyway, looks like a good time here for all. It's just getting started right now, so let's not miss an opportunity ourselves. That's right. You got to get right back into it. The incredible Two-Headed Destructions. Crimson Theater, who always has some sort of duality in the soul. I can't believe they're treating Marilyn Munster so shoddily in this picture. All she's doing is getting tied up left and right. That's terrible conditions here on Crimson Theater. And of course, starring in tonight's feature, the one and only Bruce Dern. Whenever they want to get a tortured soul character in some sort of flick, one or the other, they get Bruce Dern. He steps up to the plate. I think he actually shot and killed John Wayne at the only time something like that ever happened in a movie. So, if you go down the history as being the guy that shot John Wayne, I don't know, confusing actor. Now, I remember him from a movie called Silent Running, which sort of predated the comeback of Star Wars and all those sci-fi movies. Silent Running was quite interesting. It was a story of a space station which had 3 greenhouses on it, and they were trying to send the greenhouses out into outer space to preserve, nature. And the powers that be decide that these greenhouses should be destroyed, and Bruce Dern takes action in classic Bruce Dern ways. I think he did several stints back in the 70s as well in various detective shows. He was always managed to be one of those actors that could be so silent and slow and creepy. He would just get under your fingernails like bark, He really had a way of being the creep in a lot of movies. And of course, his daughter, Laura Dern, played in quite a few interesting features. Blue Velvet comes to mind. What was that, Frank Booth character? Remember Frank Booth from Blue Velvet? I think I remember him from the old Chris's Tavern back when I was a kid. There was a Frank Booth that lived right here in Kenosha, but that's nothing to brag about. Yeah, it was terrible conditions. The Doc's early childhood in the realms of the Roosevelt Theater and Chris's Tavern, and wherever we used to hang out in that neighborhood. And the faithful monster movies would always be the guiding light that got us through another week. Holy, come on over here. Jeez. I know some people still have the byproducts from the Mortuary Girls premiere swarming around in their bowels. That's terrible conditions here at Crimson Theater. Watch what you put in your mouth in one of those premieres. I'll tell you what. It's out of control. Completely out of control. And as promised, we do have a little footage. We're waiting for the end of the show. More exciting footage from that big premiere of the Mortuary Girls. I know I'm going to have my own little premiere at the infamous Gallery 39. You have to email the doc if you remember the email address. We'll have it for you. Up there it is. Hey, them guys are on the ball back there. See, because last week I didn't get any cheese on the pizza. I figured you get enough with this show, right? And, well, I promised them extra cheese this week, and as you see, that got them on the ball here, yep. And you know, it was an interesting week if you were an illegal immigrant, because you got the full rights of America by being able to do your own hippie protest and protest immigration rights. So Celestino, Camelo, Jose, and even our own Osama. No, not the tall guy. He's about this tall, and he's obviously Mexican. They stood up to the plate and marched down the streets of Milwaukee carrying protest signs. I never had figured them for a bunch of hippie protesters, but I don't know. You know, there's a lot of issues that need to be resolved, and it's time we step up to the plate and resolve these issues. Now that was spoken like a true politician. Anyway, you got to get right back into it now. That's right, the incredible two-headed transplant on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. And how about Celestino's head on Osama's body? Imagine the pizza that could come up with. Oh, there's nothing like a jazzy love song for an epitaph in a movie like this. Well, tonight's movie, it had everything going for it. It had John Bloom, who was the Marshmallow Frankenstein. We had Bruce Dern, Casey Kasem, saves Marilyn Munster. We had bikers, we had hippie melodrama. We had it all in tonight's horrifying melodrama here at Crimson Theater. Don't forget about the Doc's acoustic performance on the 26th of May at K-Town Music. We're doing it to raise, well, we need some food for the Salvation Army. Last I heard, peanut butter and jelly was on the list of things, just so it isn't that tainted peanut butter. We don't want to have any experiences with bass players or anything like that. How about the bass player playing the theme music in tonight's movie? Did you catch that? He was quite an interesting guy. Kind of sounded like a kid that picked up the instrument for the first time, but managed to fumble a whole soundtrack through this entire picture here on Crimson Theater. And it's just another one of those great 1970 freak-out movies. I'm sure was played at many drive-ins throughout the land. Just as I'm sure Mortuary Girls should play at the drive-in. Maybe that's an avenue we could discover. Yes, that would be quite interesting. Probably will be picked up by the Sci-Fi Channel or something along those lines. We're hoping. I know everybody likes the Rock video. If we have time for that, we might get it into, but I think if everything's queued up in the back room, I'm going to have to say my farewell for this week. And we're going to leave you with the raw 100 proof video in the raw right here in Crimson Theater footage of the Mortuary Girls premiere party. So, you ghoulies, you have a horrifying week, and we'll see you next time on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. We're always having a good time, especially when we go to a movie premiere right here in Kenosha. Now roll that Mortuary Girls footage.
Oh, there you are, ghoulies. I can't believe it. We're finally going to the premiere of Mortuary Girls, the most longly anticipated sci-fi horror blockbuster of our times. It's fascinating and provocative at the same time, and we're on their way to the Parkway Chateau, as promised, ghoulies, to see the premiere of Mortuary Girls. And obviously I'm way too early because it's way too sunny. Thank God I don't suffer from the vampire persuasion. I'm all right. I'm good with this. But we're ready to see the public's reaction to the blockbuster hit of the summer, Mortuary Girls. And who knows what shall come along this fine evening. It is a full moon. Anything is possible. So we'll catch up to you later, ghoulies. Hey, hang out for a minute. Is that all right?
And action.
All right, we made it alive. How about that? Damn sunshine, though. I don't know what's going on, ghoulies. But thanks to Bradley Motors, I've made it in one piece. Whether I can stagger into the land yacht at the end of the show, that's another thing, though, ghoulies. Hey, Wolfgang, how's it going?
Alright, he wouldn't pick me up.
Well, we just called you. You weren't home.
Oh, you know what? I didn't pay for any minutes this month.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I must try to scam my cell phone, you know, hooking it up to antennas and stuff, try to get it free, but...
All right, well, let's see what's going on. I think we're a little bit early for admission here. I thought we should have waited another hour.
Let's drive around the county one more time.
Oh, no. We can't do that.
All right. Come with us.
Oh, there you are, ghoulies, and here we are. Wow, this place is almost as big as some theaters I've been. I'm really impressed here. We're really getting the feel of a big time premiere. Maybe it was the limo ride up here or something, but we're getting that feel. People are starting to arrive. Gumby the Great, he's over there shaking hands just like a politician ready to go. We'll catch up to him in a little while here and see what he thinks throughout the night and on various points of interest. But the ambience is growing. See, there goes the cell phone. Every single time, there goes the phone. Anyway, never mind. It's not minutes, but theater is beginning to swell, and the popcorn is brewing, and you can tell it's a world premiere about to happen right out at the Parkway Chateau out at the Bratstop.
Yes, this has got to be the only world premiere movie ever in Kenosha.
No, I bet you it's not. Actually, there was one other one that premiered here, but I can't remember what it was, and it was big time. Maybe we can catch up to Gumby a little bit later on.
Okay.
You just don't know who's going to show up to something like this. Now, I don't know. I've never been in this actual part of the Bratstop complex before. I'm kind of thrown off here, but I think there's cold refreshments somewhere to be had.
I think over there.
And you know, you've really got to go to these premieres in style.
Yes.
You know, some people want to be George Clooney. Some people want to be Slash. Personally, I just want a fresh one. Let's go.
All right.
It's a lot of fun.
Let's see if I want to pursue it.
Oh, that's right. I don't know. Dr. D. Should be coming out soon. I'll be important. Get it
What are you doing over there? Oh, spying again, the damn paparazzi. Even at the movie premiere.
Hey, we did it. We are here. We have a premiere.
They see the movie.
Big one for Richard Crane and Sideshow here. He's entertaining.
Yes!
What can you say, guys? About a year ago, we started casting Mortuary Girls. A year ago in January, Brian Barnes, the writer, I don't know if girls too, if you want to bring up the house lights yet for a while, if you want to bring that dimmer back up. I don't know where Cindy is, if she can get the lights back up. But we started the script. Brian Barnes is here. He's the co-writer of Mortuary Girls and the screenplay. Yeah, 18 drafts. So we went back and forth, fixing it, making it better and better until we get this great movie that allegedly costs $175,000. Go figure.
Big write-off.
We have, majority of the actors have blessed us here this evening. We have, in the back, we have Greg Carson as Dr. Schmidt. If you want to stand up, Greg. We have, could maybe even be around for a sequel, Mr. Mark Gumbinger. We have a dapper young lad named John Greco who plays the mortician. John, all right. I'm not. Then we're going to get into some of the main cast members, the Mortuary Girls boyfriends. We have Vince Montemuro. Vince. Mr. Brent Allen. Ramon Flores. I see you brought his cheering section. And Ramon's cousin, boom operator, also has a cameo, Ruben Flores. Give it up for Ruben. Now we go to the girls section. We have Miss Crystal Lees as Tina. The therapist, Miss Jessie Cooper. In the back. We have the female lead of the movie, Miss Elizabeth Moore. Star that plays Professor Mr. Thompson, veteran Kenosha area actor. You've seen him on a lot of commercials lately in Milwaukee and even Chicago. Mr. Gary Stamp. Also worked with Gary's been in a lot of our documentaries, and he's been a good friend, and we've been in shows together for over 20 years. And we are also lucky enough to have the star, Victor, veteran stage actor from Racine, Wisconsin. Give it up for Len Mackey. And we have some other friends here. We have Holly. Where are you, Holly? She's also here. She plays an orderly, and she also helped us out on the boom mic, and very valuable. And did I forget anybody?
I didn't even know.
I don't know. My brother Mike is ill tonight. He helped us out a lot for production and for his car, and he also has a cameo. We also have, last but not least, we have some side characters. We have a TV side ghoul, Mr. Scary Perry. And we have Tim Squirrel. Tim, he helped us out, a corner and usher. And let's give it up for possibly the next mayor of the city of Kenosha. We'll maybe show later. And the music video also comes in the DVD as a little bonus premium. So anyway, it's so great that you turned out. 500 people tonight. This is fantastic. It's just, very gratifying. The idea of Mortuary Girls came to me about 1990, and I always wanted to produce the film, but at the time I would probably have to shoot it in film, 35 or 16 millimeter. It would have cost like 10 times the amount that would have cost today. With the advent of high definition, which you're going to see this in video, is high definition widescreen has basically replaced film. And it's a wonderful medium. Tinseltown now has 2 of their theaters equipped with high definition, and film is really dead. It's going out. What you're going to see more and more is everything's going to be shot digitally. Even Robert Rodriguez's latest movie, Grindhouse, was shot all digital. So it really opened us up the opportunity to do this. And this night is really for you and for all the actors. I can't thank you enough for participating in this kind of an indie project. The summer was extremely hot. We had over 100-degree days and a lot of grueling schedules, and a lot of the actors were sick, and somehow we managed to persevere and we got through it. So thanks so much for coming. I hope you really enjoy the program. The program's about 90 minutes. It's going to start here in a couple seconds, and it's going to go through. It's going to play out. So thanks again for coming and watching Mortuary Girls.